Hello everyone! In Infinity War, we understood that the world can't rely 100% on the Avengers because even they make mistakes. So we decided to create our own team of superheroes. We have a guy who crushes blocks of ice, a card thrower, and this fellow who clearly knows what he's doing. Want to see all these heroes with awesome powers? So, group of random superheroes, assemble! Let's get it on! If you can't touch your nose with your tongue, these images will shock you. And how about this trick? Well, here's another angle that explains it all, and it's even creepier. Even in comic books, there are superheroes who have awesome but completely useless powers. That happens in real life too. We warn you that what you're about to see is a little creepy.
So, my eyes are correct!
Shocking! By the way, a question for Minecraft fans. Doesn't he remind you of anyone? You were expecting this girl to take off her mask? As you can see by now, that's not going to happen. It's her own skin that stretches like rubber. Scarlet thinks it's a funny perk caused by a very nasty disease. It's called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It causes joint hypermobility and high skin elasticity due to abnormalities in collagen synthesis. So, meet our next superhero, a guy who blows bubbles using his spit, or simply, Bubble Man. You can actually learn this trick in a couple of days of continuous training, but is it worth it? Let's face it, if they could do the same, many people would sooner or later try to sneak into some bank. But this girl is using her skill for something different, to get out on the streets when she forgot her keys. Although, who knows? Okay, time to talk about more serious skills. This man in the jacket is about to test a new pair of shoes, but you have no idea how he's going to do it. At first it seems strange, but think about it. Johnny Dawes climbs rocks without using his hands. In the 80s and 90s, he was considered one of the best British athletes in the classic version of the sport, and apparently, one day he got bored. Now he can even climb a sheer wall hands-free. This footage makes Spider-Man look a little less cool. Looks like what we thought was belly dancing until this second was nothing more than a weak attempt at it. Look, this guy's actually doing the boogie with his belly. This is Aaron Yoder, a PE teacher at a college in Kansas. He's about to use a drone to capture his 1-mile run, except he won't turn around.
Good luck, everybody.
What's your best record for that distance? Aaron broke a world record and ran a mile backwards in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Most people run slower than that even in the regular way. An incredible sense of balance is also an impressive skill. Not in vain, we are so amazed by tightrope walkers. These guys from China don't walk over a cliff, but they are still pretty good. It's hard to imagine how you can get on such a unicycle, let alone ride it. No comment, just look at those eyes. It doesn't do the girl any harm, which can't be said about our eyes. Most people think that the hardest thing to do in ballet is to stand on your tiptoes, but this fellow takes it to the next level. He can walk with his toes fully squeezed, and he can even jump.
Like what? What is that? I can like...
Did you also feel something crunch in your feet just now? This girl asked people to comment if they have the same unusual talent as her. We also want to make a head count, so leave a comment under this video if you are like her. We doubt there are even a couple of people with this ability out there. We can't even begin to imagine what this guy could do in the Avengers team. Maybe he could surprise his enemies with this show? Well, you know, it might work. Do we have to convince you that very few people are capable of doing this, or do you really want to check? In any case, we don't recommend you trying it at home. In case you've forgotten, in the Marvel Universe, the master card thrower was this character. Well, in our world, he has been replaced by an equally accurate fellow. You only have to see his perfect throws to know that humanity has someone to rely on. Skills of some of the superheroes of our team are not too useful for saving the world, so a person with amazing strength and agility can certainly be useful. And here you can test yourself if it seems too easy. Just try to jump after a push-up at least half a meter. Speaking of replacing Gambit, it turns out that there is another guy who could do it. Although he doesn't throw cards with precision, but he is excellent at using them to hypnotize people. Just watch and listen and you'll understand. Even if you don't miss any of the NBA slam dunk contests, you've probably never seen anything like this. This athlete plans to skate down the hill, take off from the trampoline, and put the ball in the basket in mid-flight. Do you think he'll make it?
Lets it fly, and it goes! Kyle Lowry!
There's no doubt. Isn't the crazy guy who made that shot a superhero? Performing tricks on top of huge machines with your bike? Easy peasy. This guy has chosen such unusual obstacles to demonstrate his extreme skills. Many people can perform a couple of tricks in a skate park, but only a few can ride on a bulldozer's roof on a bike. The Lord of the Ball. Sounds like a good nickname for some new DC or Marvel character, don't you think? Well, this athlete is probably the worthiest to become this superhero. Neither Messi nor Neymar can perform this kind of magic. Well, this accomplished master will be useful in the team at least to go to Las Vegas with him. You'll see what our plan is in a moment.
My God, bro. Oh, and he's got the other one. Sheesh. God, he's too good.
One mistake at this dizzying speed and an amazing result of over 55,000 points. Did you know that you can get a 5-digit score in this game? Be that as it may, any superhero team needs a person capable of going on the attack. Luckily, we've already found a candidate. Doesn't look very convincing, does he? Well, that depends. It's not a fluke as you might think, but the result of many hours of training. Actually, some skills are not that difficult to develop. You just have to do the same thing for a long time every day. Like, for example, this bank teller in China. He counts banknotes so often that he has learned to do it in 3 different ways, almost at the speed of a machine. By the way, does his employer know that there is a machine that can do the same thing? If we were talking about the most spectacular sports, you'd hardly think of a snooker, would you? We underestimated it too until we saw the real pros in action. What is especially impressive is the work of this guy. He managed not to hit the neighboring balls when performing this stroke. We did the math. The author of this video took 20 large gums, then heated them under a lid in hot water and kneaded them with her hands. Why? To create a huge bubble, of course. This is not the last of her strange talents. She also knows how to blow little bubbles inside a big bubble.
Hold on a second. Do you want to see some crazy stories from real life? Nothing dull, only action. Only adventures, chases and fights, love confessions and sudden betrayals. Don't believe us? Follow the link and see for yourselves. Our animation channel Private Diary reveals the deepest secrets. Don't forget to subscribe.